is the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast.
Howdy! 'Tis me, the Celebrity Medium, welcoming you to another edition of the Celebrity Afterlife Report, the only show on the internet that gives you the up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities. The way this works is that I have paparazzi contacts in the next world who follow the comings and goings of afterlife celebs, and what they tell me, I pass along to you. Simple! We started last week's report off with a story about Yogi Berra arriving in the next world. No sooner had Yogi been welcomed to his new existence than he was offered a job with the Afterlife Yankee team by its owner George Steinbrenner. Yogi accepted the offer, and I'm informed that he has been working out with the team for the past week. And when Big George finished with that business, Yogi was also approached by a representative of legendary Yankee great Babe Ruth's popular morning drive radio show. Now, Ruth has become notorious, to say the least, in the next world as the host of the raunchiest show on the Afterlife airwaves. And from what I can glean, his M.O. is to catch people when they first arrive there and invite them on his show because they won't be aware of the confrontational nature of it. So Yogi appeared on the show the other morning, and from what I was told, the interview was a total train wreck. Ruth played the straight man while his sidekicks talked to Yogi in stereotypical stupid person voices, mocking his reputation for perhaps not beating the brightest bulb in the box. Berra didn't realize they were ridiculing him at first, until the joking became painfully obvious. When he caught on, Yogi asked Ruth if his pals were making fun of him. Ruth denied it, trying to keep the sick gag going as long as possible. Finally, Yogi realized they were trying to make him look foolish, so he made an excuse and left the studio. Ruth and his gang of bully boys kept making fun of Yogi in his absence. Now keep in mind, this is the sort of thing that Ruth prefers to playing baseball for Steinbrenner's new Yankees team, an offer that has been made to him several times, so, whatever floats your boat, I guess, babe. As I told you last week, Jim Morrison, the erstwhile lizard king of rock and roll, is out of a job again after he was canned from the acting troupe run by Vince McMahon Sr. and William Shakespeare. Morrison alienated the two impresarios as well as his fellow cast members after insisting that no one looked directly at him when he wasn't on stage. After a confrontation with former wrestler Roddy Piper, who had the temerity to glance in Jim's direction backstage, Morrison was out as Iago in the company's production of Othello, and the Rowdy one was in. The play has now officially opened after several weeks of previews, and the critics seem to feel that the next world has found its newest stage star in Roddy. According to my sources, the reviews were unanimous in saying that Piper brought a depth and subtlety to the role that made his performance a joy to watch. Now, I expect that comes as a surprise to those who remember Roddy as an over-the-top heel when he was a top star in the then WWF back in the 80s. Apparently, he can now add acclaimed Shakespearean thespian to his resume, so congratulations go out to Roddy Piper. With their summer variety show finished for the season, Abraham Lincoln and wife Whitney Houston have resumed production on their reality show, The Crazy Life of Abe and Whitney. Whitney's daughter, Bobby Christina, who transitioned to the afterlife a few months ago, has been added to the cast. According to a source who works on the program, Next World reality shows, just like their earthly plane counterparts, are not quite as real as they purport to be. The source tells me that the plot for the upcoming season of The Crazy Life revolves around Bobby Christina getting a boyfriend with all the usual complications that involves. Now, although the boyfriend hasn't been chosen by the show's producers yet, the source says that from what he's seen, it will be someone that Abe and Whitney may not be completely comfortable with dating their daughter. Preliminary production notes indicate that President Lincoln and Bobby Christina's new beau will have a man-to-man talk at some point, and apparently the two will clash over their differing ideas about dating etiquette. Mr. Lincoln, after all, being a man of the 19th century. Word is that casting calls are being held on the QT to pick just the right actor for the part of Bobby Christina's boyfriend, with an emphasis on choosing someone who will have a natural clash of styles with Honest Abe. Lastly this week, another Afterlife couple we haven't heard much from in recent weeks are former Nirvana frontman Curt Cobain and his wife, model Anna Nicole Smith. Over the summer, the two went on tour with Cobain's revamped Nirvana lineup, featuring Anna Nicole as lead singer. To say that fans and critics were underwhelmed with her performances would be a gross understatement. Fans started referring to the band as Novana, and one critic said that Smith described a, quote, blow-up doll disguised as a singer, unquote. Ouch. After several disastrous concerts, Cobain disbanded the group, and he and his pneumatic wife have been keeping a low profile ever since. Until this past week, there is. One of my sources reports accidentally coming across Cobain and Smith on an obscure cable channel in the wee hours of the morning. Curt was wearing a white suit with his hair in a pompadour, and Smith's hair was teased up high and dyed in candy colors. The source described them as looking like earthly plane televangelists Paul and Jan Crouch. They were doing what the source describes as a parody of the kind of show the Crouches have been doing for decades, complete with Anna Nicole crying on camera with runny mascara. Okay, as odd as that already is, it's even odder when you know that there is no organized religion of any kind in the next world. My source says that while the thing seemed like a put-on to him, the couple played it absolutely straight with no hint that they were joking. Okay. And on that cryptic note, I'm going to lock up the Celebrity Afterlife Report studio for another week. Please come back next time when I'll have even more up-to-the-minute gossip about all your favorite deceased celebrities for you. Between now and then, please help spread the word that the report is available for free on iTunes and the Celebrity Medium. Thanks for listening.
You've been listening to the Celebrity Afterlife Report podcast. To ask a question about your favorite deceased celebrity, call 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-3-MY-DREAM. 818-369-3732.